Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. This is your Ole Gunnar Solskjaer press conference reaction ahead of our game against Leeds tomorrow at Old Trafford. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has given us updates on Sancho and Varane. He's also given his thoughts on Martial and Paul Pogba. So I'll give you all the questions he was asked in the press conference, and I'll give you his responses to all of them questions. So let's get into the first question anyway. So it was, what are you expecting from Marcelo Bielsa's men in front of a packed Old Trafford tomorrow? Ole's response to that was, the important thing is what I expect from my team. The opposition you can prepare for, but for us, it's about ourselves. We've had a good pre-season. The last couple of weeks have been really good with everyone back in. Even though we're still missing a few players through injury and through COVID, we're still feeling confident ahead of the game. So yeah, that was his response to that one. So this was the second question. What's the team news ahead of the game? Is Jadon Sancho likely to start? Solskjaer's response to that was, Jadon is going to be involved, definitely. He's had a good week. Unfortunately, he was ill after his holiday and we've lost out a few days of training with him. But he's gelled really well with the group and he's looked sharper than expected, so he'll be involved, but I can't tell if he's going to start or not. So that was his response to that question. Now, on my last video, I spoke with you about Jadon Sancho. He said Jadon Sancho's Man United debut versus Leeds is in doubt after Solskjaer's update. Solskjaer did say that Jadon Sancho is feeling a little sick and he's only been able to complete one full training session. And Solskjaer also mentioned, he had a holiday after the European Championships. So he hasn't really trained since he returned from the Euros. But yeah, like I say, it'll be good to see Sancho involved. I think Sancho's going to do really well at Man United, providing that Solskjaer uses him right. We got Sancho in a deal worth £78 million. We paid £73 million up front and there was £5 million in add-ons. Sancho is under contract with us until June 2026 because he signed a 5-year deal. There's also an option of a further year. Now, this was the third question. What's the latest with Raphael Varane and is he available for the Leeds game? Ole's response was, he's not trained with us, all the dots are over and we haven't crossed the T's yet. Things happen, things take time, and unfortunately with the isolation and the delay, these things can happen. It's not 100% done yet. I can't say that he will be involved tomorrow. I can probably say that he won't be because he's not trained with us. I did speak with you about Varane this morning. The announcement of Raphael Varane shouldn't be long now. The reason Raphael Varane's transfer to Man United has been delayed because of image rights. Raphael Varane is very likely to take Amad Diallo's number 19 shirt. Amad Diallo is going out on loan. Yesterday Varane trained with his teammates. Fabrizio Romano did say that Varane has signed the contract with Man United. He's a United player and he mentioned that the announcement is down to Man United, and obviously Varane has completed his medical, but yeah, he has been quarantining in Manchester. Man United have got Varane in a deal worth £43 million. We paid like 34 million up front and the rest is in add-ons. Varane has signed a contract with Man United till 2025, so it's a 4-year deal with an option of a 5th year. So there you go. So this was the next question. What has been the hold up? And there isn't any doubt that this move won't go through, is there? Ollie's response was, it always happens that there's little things in there. The big hold up was the isolation and quarantine, of course. He's been in Manchester and he's here now, so hopefully it will be done soon. This was the next question. Ollie, you were the runners-up in the Europa League last season and runners-up in the Premier League. What it going to take to get to that next level this season? Ollie's response was, it's always pressure before every season. You know what? When you finish with pre-season, that's one chunk of work gone. We have to get a good start, of course. We have expectations ourselves. This club is about trophies, about good football, and my expectations are that we keep developing our style and play good football. You never know with results in football, but hopefully when we get to March, April, May, we're thereabouts. The team looks hungry and we've done good business, so I feel confident. Then again, the first couple of games are unknown. As you say, it's a rivalry between the sides and it's a one-off game when you play against Marcelo's team. Anyway, he's got a unique style and I can't wait to keep going. This was the next question. How poignant is the atmosphere going to be tomorrow in front of a packed out crowd? Ollie's response was brilliant. It's fantastic. First game of the season anyway. Whoever we play against would be fantastic. Our fans have been great against Brentford and Everton in the pre-season matches. They've been very good. The last time we were all together was against City and we had a decent end to that game. That row when Scott scored that goal is, I think, the loudest I've ever heard at Old Trafford. It'll be amazing. We've waited long enough. Hopefully we can play the football that our fans can enjoy. That's going to be the important for us to get a good start. So that was his response to that question. This was the next one. There have been a lot of rumours this week that Anthony Martial has been a target for a lot of clubs. Do you still see him as an integral part of your team? Ollie's response was, I wouldn't be surprised if other teams targeted Anthony because he's a very, very good player. I've got no plans for him to play against us. He's coming back strong, hungry with a determination to prove his fitness and his quality. Last season was a disappointing one for him and you can see that a little bit of grit between his teeth again. He's up for the challenge, he's a Man United player and we're happy that we have him. He's proven doubters wrong so many times. Well, like I've said to you, I'd like Man United to sell Martial this summer, but the Telegraph said not so long ago that Man United have no intentions of selling Anthony Martial because he's part of Solskjaer's plans for this season. A report from The Sun said that Man United are ready to sell Martial and we want at least £50 million. Inter Milan have been in for Martial. They want him to replace Romelu Lukaku because Lukaku has gone back to Chelsea. He did say in the Sun article that we'd be happy to loan Anthony Martial out as long as Inter Milan agreed to include an obligation to buy in the deal. Inter Milan have done business with us in recent years. They got Young offers, they got Lukaku offers, and they got Sanchez offers. Everton have been keen on him. Martial has been at Man United for 6 years. He's got 3 years left on his contract and he receives £200,000 a week. He scored 78 goals for us in all competitions. We got Martial in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco back in 2015. We paid 36 million pounds up front. He's had 2 good seasons at Man United. He was good in his debut season under Van Gaal and he was good the season before last. So anyway, right, the next question was, is there any concerns you have on an individual level over the safety concerns going from empty stadiums to now back at full capacity? Ollie's response was, I don't have any safety or security worries, no. I know the club have the safety measures and everything will be sorted. It's just great to be able to share the game again with fans live. We've done it through the media and TV, but nothing can replace being there with the energy of the fans. I'm sure the fans are so happy to be back in as well. They will stick to the rules and regulations, of course. It's just good before the game when you drive in on the coach. You see fans, you see kids, again seeing their idols and role models. It's been exciting even in the couple of pre-season games we've had. Fair response again from Ollie. This is the second to last question. What is the current state of play with Pogba and his contract situation? So Ollie's response was to that, he's a Man United player, he's got 1 year left on his contract, it's been spoken about so often, every conversation I have with Paul is a positive one. Hopefully it keeps on in the background and we'll make decisions whenever Paul, Pogba and us together. It'll always be like this with Paul, he's a media magnet. Now, it did recently say that Paul Pogba is very likely to stay at Manchester United for this season, as PSG recently got Lionel Messi. Back in July, it obviously said PSG were interested in Pogba. It did say that PSG were the favourites to sign him this summer, and PSG held talks with Pogba's representatives, and it said PSG were willing to offer Pogba around £45 million. PSG basically wanted to partner Pogba alongside Wijnaldum in their midfield. And not so long ago, Pochettino actually played down PSG's interest in Pogba because Pochettino got quizzed on Paul Pogba's transfer from Man United again. There's been stories coming out though saying that Pogba is very likely to leave Man United next summer on a 3 when his contract expires. Quite a few weeks ago, Pogba rejected a new contract at Man United, and Sky Sports came out and said that Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. Solskjaer did come out though and say Man United remain in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Fabrizio Romano come out and said that Man United are confident of keeping Pogba this season and confident in extending his contract. Sky Sports said not so long ago that Pogba can see a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. Was it last week Solskjaer revealed that he had positive talks with Pogba over his future. Pogba's in no hurry anyway to sort out his future. The Telegraph said the other week that Pogba will start the season with Man United, then he'd make a decision about his future before the 31st of August. This is a big season for Pogba. Pogba produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while. We paid £89 million for Pogba, so at the moment. He is our most expensive signing, and he's endured 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. Anyway, this was the final question. Is this team good enough to challenge for the title with 2 recent world-class additions? Is the gap closing in on Man City, or is it still too big? Ollie's response to the final question was, well, we've gradually closed the gaps, of course. As I said, nothing is beyond these players. I wouldn't put it past them, of course. It'll need a very good season, a very disciplined season with some margins and some luck. But you know you want to come to April and May and be in and around. To do that, we've put the first chunk of work away, and now it's about getting results. The first game is obviously a big one. It decides the mood in the club with the fans and the players. Then we've got 2 more before the international break, and we'll probably review then if we and where we want to be. We have to start better than we did last season if we want to mount a challenge. So yeah, that was everything that was mentioned in the press conference. We do have some players missing for this game against Leeds. Obviously there's no Dean Henderson, he's out with COVID, still recovering from COVID. Alex Telles is out. He sustained an ankle injury in training the other week. Alex Telles wouldn't have started anyway, even if he had been available. This is Telles' second season. He's endured 1 full season at Man United at the moment. We got him in a deal worth 15.4 million from Porto, and he's under contract with Man United till 2024. The reason we brought Telles in was to provide competition for Luke Shaw. And when we got him last year, I expected him to be our first choice left back immediately. There's no Marcus Rashford. He's got a shoulder injury. Don't forget, Rashford decided to have surgery on his shoulder. Rashford is out until October. He's a big miss. Phil Jones is still injured. Phil Jones wouldn't have started anyway. He's been out of injury, hasn't he, since January. There is no Edison Cavani for this game. And Jesse Lingard, he's also out with COVID. I'm expecting Manchester United to beat Leeds, but I think it will be a tough game. You know, Leeds have got a good manager in Marcelo Bielsa. I've got a lot of respect for him, despite me being a Man United fan. You know, Marcelo Bielsa has got a good pedigree behind him, used to managing Argentina. A long time ago, him and Pep Guardiola worked together. Marcelo Bielsa taught Pep Guardiola. And Pep Guardiola is obviously been following Marcelo Bielsa's philosophy at Man City. Leeds last season finished 9th. They enjoyed a very good season to their standards. Last season was their first season in the Premier League since 2004. You know, Leeds did get relegated in 2004 and they was out of the top flight for 16 years. The season before last, Leeds won the Championship. That was their first trophy in 28 years. We beat Leeds 6-2 in this fixture last season. McTominay made the difference in that game because he scored 2 goals in the first 2 or 3 minutes. It was 0-0 at Ellen Road last season. It was a very, very poor game was that, but in that particular game, Calvin Phillips had Bruno Fernandes in his pocket. We've beaten Leeds 4-0 in pre-season in the summer of 2019 in Australia. and we're beating them 3-0 in the Carling Cup back in 2011. Owen scored twice in that game and Giggs scored. The last time Leeds beat us was in the FA Cup third round in January 2010. It was a goal from Jermaine Beckford. We lost our opening game of last season against Palace 3-1. Leeds lost their opening game last season against Liverpool 4-3, but Leeds did give Liverpool a very, very good game. Now, I do know quite a lot of Leeds United's players. Obviously, Patrick Bamford, he's one of their key players. He'll be in contention to play in this game. You know, our defence have got to keep Patrick Bamford out. They've also got Rafinha. He's definitely one of Leeds' key players. This is Rafinha's second season at Leeds. Man United have been linked with him before. Leeds have also got Rodrigo. I don't think he's done as well as a lot of Leeds fans expected. You know, this season's big for Rodrigo. If he doesn't do well this season, I think Leeds may consider offloading him. Leeds got Rodrigo from Valencia. Leeds have also got Junior Firpo. They brought him in the summer. Junior Firpo's actually been out with a knock, but I think Marcelo Bielsa has confirmed that he will be involved for Leeds. They got Junior Firpo from Barcelona. Leeds have also got Llorente. Brought him in last year. He's actually been out with injury. They've also got that Robin Koch, who they brought in last year. They brought a goalkeeper in this summer as well. He's a Norwegian goalkeeper. I think his name is Christopher Clayson, if I pronounced that correctly. Let me know if I pronounced it wrong. I think Leeds' first choice goalkeeper is Medjugorje. Obviously, another one of Leeds' key players is Calvin Phillips. They've also got Jack Harrison, who they brought in, I think, from Man City. They've got Liam Cooper as well. I think there's a lot of Leeds fans that have got strong reservations about Liam Cooper. They've also got Click. To be fair, he's made an impact at Leeds. Stuart Dallas is very good as well. During the summer, Stuart Dallas signed a new 3-year contract with Leeds. They've got that Tyler Roberts as well. He signed a 3-year contract in the summer. They've got Adam Forshaw. He's out of injury, but he doesn't really get in Leeds' team anyway. Luke Ayling still at Leeds, decent player. Leeds recently lost Alioski. Shackleton, he's also been out with injury for Leeds. But we have got a lot of confidence going into this game because we had a very good win against Everton last week. We're beating them 4-0. On paper, we should win our first 5 games. You know, we should be winning tomorrow. We should win at Southampton. We should beat Wolves. We should beat Newcastle, and we should beat West Ham. On my next video, I will be giving you my predicted 11 for this game against Leeds. But this season is absolutely massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. Because Solskjaer has got big expectations to exceed. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. And there's a lot of United fans that are sceptical we're going to win a title under Ole. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is 8 years ago now. But Solskjaer has to win a trophy this season, because he's not yet won a trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. Solskjaer also has to improve his decision making, because in a lot of the games he's managed so far at Man United he's been tactically naive. This season is Solskjaer's third full season as Man United manager. He has been in charge of the club now for almost 3 years. A few weeks ago, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There is an option of a further year. So basically, he signed a new 3-year contract. A lot of United fans disagreed with us giving him that new contract, because I can assure you won't see out this new contract. Sky Sports recently said that Solskjaer confirmed that Man United are going to make another signing in this summer transfer window. Who's it going to be though? That's the question. Solskjaer did say though, didn't he, that any more signings would be a bonus for Man United as we approach the final 3 weeks of the summer transfer window. Solskjaer's been very pleased with our summer transfer business. You know, we've made 3 signings in this summer transfer window so far, and we've spent almost 120 million. We've brought Eaton in, we've brought Sancho in, and we've brought Varane in. I think Solskjaer's priority is to bring a midfielder in, and you know, we've been linked with a lot of midfielders, haven't we? I recently give you the news on Eduardo Camavinga from Rennes. Man United believe that Eduardo Camavinga wants to make a move to Spain after holding discussions with his representatives. Fabrizio Romano recently gave us an update and said that Camavinga has 2 options this summer, including Man United, as his contract showdown with Rennes continues. His current contract at Rennes expires next year. Rennes are prepared to sell Camavinga for around 25.7 million. Mohamed Bouatsou did recently say that Camavinga's agent, Jonathan Barnett, is pushing him towards Man United, but he prefers a move to PSG. And Rennes' sporting director and Rennes' coach have confirmed that Camavinga will leave Rennes this summer. But it recently said that we abandoned 4 signings, and that's Camavinga, Saul Niguez, Ruben Neves and Kieran Trippier. And I am expecting to see some departures in this summer transfer window. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.